In the serene and profound world of Zen teachings, there exists a simple yet transformative parable, the story of the empty cup. It is a tale about learning, humility, and the essential act of letting go to make room for growth. Its lesson is not only a cornerstone of Zen philosophy, but also a mirror reflecting the challenges we face in our daily lives when we cling too tightly to our own beliefs, opinions, and assumptions. This story, like Zen itself, is deceptively simple yet infinitely deep. Its power lies in its ability to remind us that to gain wisdom, we must first empty our minds, just as an overflowing cup cannot hold more tea. In exploring the essence of this parable, we uncover truths that are as relevant today as they were centuries ago when the story first emerged. A curious professor, eager to learn about Zen, sought out a Zen master renowned for his wisdom. The professor was well-educated, accomplished, and proud of his intellectual achievements. He approached the master with the expectation of receiving profound insights that would enhance his already vast knowledge. The two sat down for tea. As they conversed, the professor spoke endlessly about his own ideas, theories, and interpretations of Zen. He was so eager to display his knowledge that he barely paused to allow the master to speak. The Zen master listened patiently, smiling gently as he let the professor continue. When it came time to pour tea, the master began filling the professor's cup. The tea quickly reached the brim, but the master kept pouring. Soon the tea overflowed, spilling onto the table and then to the floor. Alarmed, the professor exclaimed, "Stop! The cup is full, it can't hold any more." The Zen master paused, looked at the professor and said calmly, "Like this cup, you are full of your own ideas and opinions. How can I teach you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" This single statement carried the essence of Zen wisdom, challenging not only the professor but anyone who seeks to learn or grow without first creating space for new understanding. The story of the empty cup is a metaphor for the human condition. We often approach life with a mind full of preconceptions, biases, and an overwhelming desire to assert what we already know. In doing so, we leave no room for the unexpected, the unknown, or the transformative. At its core, the story teaches us that learning is not merely an act of adding knowledge, but also of subtracting assumptions. To truly absorb something new, we must first let go of what no longer serves us. This act of emptying is not just intellectual, it is emotional, psychological, and spiritual. The concept of emptying the cup is not about discarding everything we know or becoming passive in the face of new information. Instead, it is about cultivating an openness that allows us to see beyond our existing frameworks. A full cup, like a closed mind, leaves no room for growth. In life, we often encounter situations where we assume we already know the outcome. We may meet people and judge them based on first impressions or approach challenges with preconceived solutions. This rigidity prevents us from fully engaging with the present moment and hinders our ability to adapt and evolve. The professor in the story represents the part of all of us that clings to certainty and resists change. The Zen master's lesson is a call to humility, a reminder that no matter how much we know, there is always more to learn. Emptying the cup is not a one-time event. It is a continuous practice. Life is dynamic, and so too must our minds be. The practice begins with awareness, recognizing when our thoughts, beliefs, or emotions are overflowing and obstructing our ability to take in something new. Creating space for new ideas. Just as the Zen master poured tea to demonstrate the limits of a full cup, we must consciously create space in our minds and hearts for growth. This may mean setting aside time for reflection, meditation, or simply observing our thoughts without judgment. Letting go of certainty. Certainty can feel comforting, but it often blinds us to new possibilities. To empty the cup, we must learn to embrace uncertainty as a natural and even necessary part of growth. This doesn't mean abandoning critical thinking, but rather being willing to question what we take for granted. The wisdom of the empty cup is not limited to Zen practice. Its relevance spans all aspects of life, from personal relationships to professional development. By approaching life with an open and receptive mind, we can unlock deeper connections, greater creativity, and a more profound sense of purpose. Learning to listen. In conversations, we often listen not to understand, but to respond. The story of the empty cup reminds us to pause and truly hear what others are saying. By setting aside our own thoughts and opinions, we create space for genuine connection and insight. Navigating change is one of life's constants, yet it often meets with resistance. The empty cup philosophy encourages us to approach change with curiosity and openness rather than fear or judgment. This shift in perspective transforms challenges into opportunities for growth. Fostering innovation. In a world driven by innovation, the most groundbreaking ideas often come from those who are willing to question the status quo. The empty cup mindset fosters creativity by encouraging us to think beyond conventional boundaries. In today's fast-paced, information-saturated world, the lesson of the empty cup is more relevant than ever. We are constantly bombarded with data, opinions, and expectations, all of which can overwhelm our mental and emotional capacities. To navigate this complexity, we must learn to filter out noise and focus on what truly matters. Emptying the cup becomes an act of self-care, a way to declutter our minds and reconnect with the essence of who we are. The story of the empty cup is not just a tale to ponder, but a practice to embody. It challenges us to examine how we approach learning, relationships, and life itself. Are we like the professor, clinging to what we already know, or are we willing to let go and make room for transformation? By embracing the empty cup philosophy, we can cultivate a mindset of humility, curiosity, and openness. This shift not only enhances our ability to learn, but also deepens our connections with others and enriches our experience of life. The Zen story of the empty cup is a timeless reminder that the path to wisdom begins with humility. It is an invitation to unlearn what no longer serves us and to embrace the unknown with courage and grace. As you go through life, consider the state of your cup. Is it full to the brim, or is there room for something new? By practicing the art of emptying your cup, you open yourself to the boundless possibilities of growth, discovery, and transformation. Let this simple yet profound story inspire you to see learning not as a destination, but as a journey, one that is ever unfolding, ever changing, and endlessly enriching.